Peace, y'all. Happy Monday. I hope y'all having a great Monday. I hope y'all got up and got to it, or whenever day you may catch this video. But today was a Monday, a start of a new work week for me. And I just want to give some applause to me because I woke up early this morning, and a shout out to my Qigong teacher because as I'm doing this journey, as I'm trying to be in right relationship with myself, he was like, to be doing Qigong, for one, you need to be rising with the sun, right? So he was like, you need to be in alignment. You need to be in alignment with the with the natural rhythms of things. So in the waking up early, so I've always struggled with that, like, because I'm definitely a night owl. And I could sleep so long, like I could sleep in. It doesn't even matter. If I did go to sleep early, I could definitely still sleep in till midday. And so like I had to like set my schedule and go to sleep early, because he was also like, you need to go to bed early. So like I was like, oh my gosh. But I know I've been getting those messages for a minute. So like I was in bed by like 10:30, and if you know me, that is like, that's very good. So like clap it up for me, because I was in bed at a good time and I was up by 7 a.m. As the sun was rising. So it's about noon now, and I've done all my prayers and my affirmations, which really, it takes me about like 30 minutes to like go through my prayers and visualization and affirmations. Like, so I'm in the mirror working with that for like 30 minutes. I was at my ancestor altar. Like I kicked it with my ancestors. I did my meditation. I did an hour-long Qigong session, which I'm going to be adding that into my routine. So my rising routine has been very good, even though I wasn't waking up like early. So I would be rising like, who knows, and like doing all these practices, right? So I've added Qigong. And I did my yoga lattes. So boom, I just finished day 9 of my yoga lattes, and we're progressing with that. So like I'm finding my flow, and I definitely need to get better like with my timing, because also, if you do know me, like time does not be existent to me. So shout out to my Qigong teacher for like giving me the kick in the butt I needed to kind of like get on that. So I'm having a great Monday. So I'm glad, and I've finished majority of my work for the day too. Like, so that's pretty nice. I'll just have homeschool to knock out, and then I'll probably work maybe another hour or so, and then my day will be free. Like the most I'll have to do is like prepare for dinner, because I'm going to have to like get strict by having dinner like at 7:30. So we're getting in bed and we're preparing for the next day. So that's the energy. And it's the full moon in Cancer. So that's definitely in line that I'm getting like my home life together, trying to get the schedule just so things are like flowing easier and more in alignment, right? So that's my little spill of how I'm feeling this morning, because like this is very new for me. So big shout out to that. But I hope everything is going well for y'all as well. And welcome back to day 8 of our 30 days of blessings. So we're chugging right along. Soon we'll be like a third of the way through, giving us a good start of 2025. I'm grateful. So Spirit, can I please have our blessing card? What blessing is needed for the collective at this time? What blessing will uplift us, will enlighten us, will bring us into deeper resonance with our soul purpose? Which blessing is most needed for the collective at this time? And may this blessing be in our highest and best good, aligning us with soul purpose. Let's see. And that is such a beautiful card. I love it. Like, I just love the artwork on this card. And if you can see, it's like different artwork for each card, and just giving that a minute to just like sink into the subconscious. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And it looks like it's like a love letter. It's like a love letter from Earth. The blessing of positive thought. Each time you notice a negative thought cross your mind, stop and consciously replace it with a positive one. Practice this until the pattern is broken. You will set yourself free. This is a blessing you give to yourself. It will lead you to a feeling of deep peace and contentment. Namaste. The light within me bows and recognizes and bows to the light within you. Namaste. So this is a blessing, a positive thought, and this is something that you can be totally in control of. So this is a blessing that you can give to yourself, because, you know, there are a lot of thoughts that aren't true that cross our minds, for one. Like, a lot of the thoughts that come into our mind are not true. A lot of it's not ours. It could be programming, whether it's society, whether it's input that you received from like parental guidance, from peers, from social media, right? A lot of our thoughts can be infiltrated, you know, and don't even get me started about like going into the thought forms and things, right? The collective thought forms that exist. So this is very powerful at this time, because this is a way that we could take our power back. And I think a couple of days ago, it was like we had like a blessing of power, right? And so with this card, it is definitely speaking about how sometimes you can be your own worst enemy. And there also is a solution for that. So you don't have to judge yourself for when you do have a negative thought, but just recognizing like, ooh, that thought doesn't make me feel good. I know that's one of the things that that my teacher has us do, is like, is this thinking helping or hurting? So is this thought that you're having about yourself or even about others or external situations or circumstances, is this helping you or is it hurting you? Is it harming you? Right? And so I love that it's saying like to replace it, right? Because everything that we perceive out in the world, every single thing, this phone, this TV, this door, the doorknob, the globe, the sound bowl, all of that started as a thought in someone's head. It was an idea, it was a thought that was able to be made manifest. So our thoughts are important, right? And they can be manifested. And you don't want to be manifesting from the negative spectrum of your thoughts. So the solution to this is, because I mean, you may not ever be able to completely stop all the negative thoughts that are coming in, and maybe you will, but you don't have to judge yourself. You don't have to be hard on yourself. You don't have to even think more negatively about that. Like, oh, I'm thinking negatively, like I'm so dumb, or I'm so da-da-da, whatever it may be. It's just replacing it. So maybe if you have this thought like, I'm so dumb, it could be like, you know what? I am so intelligent. I am learning each and every day, right? So being able to just shine some positivity on yourself, because if you're not gonna like think well of yourself, if you're not gonna do good for yourself, who is gonna do it, right? So take some of that power back and just like shine a little sunshine on you. And I love, this looks like the sunshine, right? So shine a little light on yourself. Take it a little easier on yourself. So this card is definitely speaking to the moments where you can be kinder to yourself, when you can just show yourself a little bit more love, grace, and compassion, right? Because yes, you deserve that. You deserve that. And you have to be the one to initiate it, because we've already spoken about how we're reflections. Like, what we see is projections of what is within us, right? And so if we're reflecting on ourselves in a more positive light, then that allows the world to reflect on us in a more positive light. And then we're able to have that positive reinforcement when we're seeing the world seeing us from this positive light, and it just reinforces, and it starts like a whole cycle, right? And that's what it said. It said that practice this until the pattern is broken. That's how you that's how you break the pattern. You break that cycle of negative self-talk, right? And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the blessing of just being. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. I'm like, and I haven't even got to it. Let's get into the art. Yes, the blessing of being. I love it because one of the other things my teacher always says is that our purpose isn't like a doing thing. It's a being thing, right? It's a being thing. It's just being our authentic selves. So it says the blessing of just being. You may have been thinking that if you had acted or chosen differently in the past, things would be better now. But in thinking this way, you fail to see the positive effects your past actions and choices have had on both yourself and others. Look closely and you will see many blessings. Yes, so many blessings exist when you're just being. And so allowing the past to be in the past and taking your power back in this positive moment, 11:22 I saw. And taking the moment to just like reinforce some positivity in your life. Like, yeah, I may have, I wish I could have did it this way. But look at all that I gained. Look at all that I gained. Look at all what happened. I know I was speaking on the other day about hindsight being 2020 and how sometimes something can happen in your world and you can perceive it like one way. You could think it was such a negative situation, and then like let some time pass and you reflect and you're like, oh wow, but it ended up bringing me here, here, and here, and allow for me to like grow. So being in your positive thoughts are what's most important today, and especially with this full moon in Cancer, especially with today being the full moon in Cancer, as a lot of like emotions, because you know the moon is at home in Cancer. The moon is at, I'm sorry, I was looking at something outside. But the moon is at home in Cancer, right? And it can be a very emotionally charged time. And as you may be feeling a lot, as you may be dealing with a lot may be coming up. I challenge you just to put a positive spin on it. And I'm going to challenge myself to do that as well. Because I know I was feeling a lot last night. And I was just like, yeah, that full moon is hitting, right? The full moon is hitting. I was definitely like feeling the feelings and the emotions, right? And so it's so important to put a positive spin on it so we can like have some positivity spin back to us. Yeah. So the blessing of positive thoughts. Each time you notice a negative thought cross your mind, stop and consciously replace it with a positive one. Practice this until the pattern is broken. You will set yourself free. I just thought of the Cinderella song off of Cheetah Girls, like, I can slay my own dragons, you know? So like, my knight in shining armor is me, so I'm gonna set me free. So yeah, set yourself free. This is a blessing you give to yourself. It will lead you to a feeling of deep peace and contentment. Yes, so just like bask in the positivity of all that you are. Name 3 things that you're grateful for. Name 3 things that you love about yourself. And yeah, and then it will bring you back into a more positive alignment and recognize that, yeah, negativity has no space here because you love yourself and you're always doing your best. Okay, so this is the blessing that I speak over you, and I hope that you are a blessing to yourself today. 444, I just seen. Peace and blessings, y'all. I will see y'all on the next day.